recap for that guy.
It's
So,
How far
what
back are we
happened?
going? So Gerhardt being a firefighter, right?
Uh,
it's fine. Everything's
we
fine.
got
Look,
past
Gerhard,
Yeah.
all you need to know is that we are now sworn mortal enemies of the Black Staff Lady.
We're not.
Because she turned Tegan into a bird.
We are not
We are-
sworn enemies of the Blackstaff
We
lady.
are not sworn enemies.
We have a huge respect for her because she turned Tegan into a bird, and then
Tegan's
but it was
just
not
mad.
polymorph, so he almost died.
Yes.
Technically, he did die.
Well, if
He
we're
almost
going
died permanently.
back to the recap of when Gare was here last.
Yeah, let's do
um,
that. Let's go ahead. Let's go from when
So,
Gerhardt was Mr.
Gerhardt.
Fireman.
Yeah, he's being
Yeah,
a fireman.
let's
So
catch
while
him up
he's
the past
doing
couple
that,
episodes.
Tegan decided to get a dimension door to his tower bookstore, but it's completely engulfed in flames, and he's like, "Oh no!" Water elemental summon and gust of wind put out fire, and he realizes the anchor point to the tower is disrupted, and the tower is not there, so it's just like an empty building, so it didn't really burn. And then Adnan's like, "Come on, unconscious leaf, I'm going to read your thoughts." And then he hears, "Kill me if it takes over," and goes, "What?" And Portia's like, "What?" And then Adnan and Portia have a conversation, and Feist is like, "I'm going to kill you, Portia, but not really because I probably love you, but I'm still very, 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 very mad at you. You promised Red was gone." Leaf's like, "I took it from Portia, but he didn't say that because he's unconscious." And Feist and Silas are like, "Let's go to the temple to check on the kids." And Martam's like, "Oh no, another fire. Oh no." Gare's like, "Let's bucket brigade everything," and he just goes off. It's great fun. Portia and Adnan are like, let's go to the temple. And so he takes off towards the Cord temple. And my notes are interesting. Feist gets to the Temple of Bahamut and it's like, "Oh no, it's all in flames," but it started in the basement, and clerics are like, "Oh no, kits are going with their nursemaid did not make it to save them." So Feist was very pleased with that the kits are safe.
I was like, not that the nursemaid was dead.
Yes, Feist happy that they're safe.
Feist is happy the kids were fine. Yes.
Yes. Then I have, "Oh no, we're going to Quinn's," and then Feist is like, "Let's go to Avi and Embrix," and it's like, yeah, sure. What do I have next? Tegan's extinguishing fires because that's what Tegan does with his helpful water elemental. And Avi and Embrix is on fire, and Feist is like, "Oh no, let me try to do extra special things to save people." And oh no, doesn't know what's happening. It's fun. And then we've got Portia's at the Temple of Cord going with all the people who are like, "Let's break down the temple to put the fire out." But it works. And Adnan's like, "Okay, sure. I'm gonna yell at Portia and talk about everything because Adnan has lots of interesting conversations with Cord Guy is my note. And then Flying Feist hits the temple and it collapses. And it's the miracle of Cord. Cord's angel has shown up. And Tegan's like, let's go save the herbalist's place or something." And Brick and Avi are they get left in the alleyway or the street or something because Tegan and Gara are like, "Let's go take care of things." And it's great fun. And then Barnabas and the crew disappear somewhere. Feist's armor is solidified, and Tegan's like, "We need a roll call so we know where everybody is," and all those things. And the Cord people are all like, "Yay, we have an angel of Cord." And then Adnan blames everything on Portia for why they're at the Cord Temple and not Bahama, and to Tegan, and it's just very weird. Because Adnan's like, the Cordians need to take care of Feist. So that's what happens. And then my note is Tegan is going for help. And the Raven Queen's temple is burning, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's fine. Nobody's inside. We'll just rebuild." And then they arrive at the Bahamut temple, and it's just not going to happen real well. So they end up at Quinn's, and they're like, "Get out of here. You have a cursed person." Roo rah rah. And Tegan's like,
rah, rah.
fine, we're going to Blackstaff. And Gare's like, I'm with the Blackstaff lady putting out fires. And Tegan's like, not anymore. And so we end up, the Feist and the Cordians make it to Avi and Embrix, where Tegan and Remy meet that group there. And Tegan and Embrick free Feist from Leviathan with fire and fire flames. And Feist is like, oh no, take care of my poor armor. And Embrick's like, sure, got this. And off to Blackstaff for real. Portia and Adnan get there and are asking for help, and Adnan casts Sending to the Vajra lady. Is that her name, maybe? Potentially? My notes get a little complicated here because Adnan tells the story and blames everything on Xanather. And then everybody else shows up, and Tegan's like, let me tell you this story about my twin brother, Deegan. And we're like, wait, what? And then Blackstaff lady's like, sure, Portia, I'll help if you give me all of your articles of sin. And she's like, and then Tegan punches Portia because Portia took too long to decide, and then hugs her and says, it's okay, just give up your stuff. And so there's this big discussion, and then Tegan's like mouthing off about how she just disappears into nowhere all the time, and then she shows up and turns him into a bird in a cage. It's great fun. And then she takes Leaf's stomach stuff and gets all the red smoky things and gets Portia's smoky things, cursed item things, and Portia hands the things over very sadly and cries. And then Portia just picks up the birdcage Tegan and Leaf and takes off. And the rest of us are like, okay. And Blackstaff lady's like, whatever. And she leaves too. And then, like, before we get back to the tavern, the cage disappears because it's been an hour, but there's still bird Tegan. So we're like, okay. The troll skull's not structurally safe though, so Bird Tegan, like, come to my bookstore, quack quack, squawk, fly around. I'm gonna try to dive bomb the door to get in, and instead I'm going to die, and Adnan has to bring me back to life. It's fine.
Wait. So,
That's
attempt
where
to
the
open the
weight
door
comes
by
in.
a bird.
Hang on, we're not done yet.
By...
We're not done yet.
Then
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Questions at the end, sir.
Tegan's
Questions
door
at the
is
end.
weird. Tegan's door is weird. We can't get in, so she breaks the window and then opens up the door from the inside, and there's like nothing there, so we all sleep. It's fine. We'll be okay. Soon as we wake up, Tegan's not a bird. Woohoo! And Leaf is like, "What is happening? Where are we? What's happening?" And then they're like, "Let's go to the tavern and see if supplies." And they're like, "Oh look, the whole community's coming together and feeding each other, and it's all great." Oh no, there's a note on the door about we're all summoned to the court of the open Lord. Have fun, everybody. Oh, we're probably not gonna die. Portia and Feist go get their stuff and have this really deep conversation inside. And then Tegan and Leaf go in to get their things, and Leaf is like, my room is special. And he goes into the Feywild with his special thing where he makes alcohol and grows things and special things. And they're gone for like forever, so the tavern totally collapsed on them in that time, we thought, but not really. They came back. It's fine. And then they're like, oh, the herbalist place is mostly okay. And then it's like, oh, Avi and Embrix is completely collapsed. So Feist and Adnan go digging through it, and Remy's like, I'll sort nails. And Feist finds their armor, which is just like this weird ball of stuff. And they like, leave it here, it'll be fine. We have to go to the open Lord thing. Then Adnan's good at sending to Martum to make sure that Martum's alive, and is basically like, I'm deflecting all of my feelings. It's Portia and cursed objects, and we have to go do this thing. And it's nothing that I did. And I love you. It's fine. And Martum's like, whatever. And then we're like getting there, and then a paper bird shows up to Feist and says, hey, your armor's weird. Get back here right away. And so Feist is like, bye. And runs away back to this, and we're all just like, what's happening? And then there is a sentient metal object, and Feist touches it. And is consumed by their armor, which now lives inside of them? Question mark? Gemstones on Feist? Fun. And then we ended. Those were all my notes.
That was incredible. That was amazing.
I'm so glad.
You still have no idea what happened, do you?
I have no fucking clue.
Alright. Let me
None
give
of us
you
do.
a recap of what happened. Alright, this is what really
It was like a
Blackstock tried to kill us. We got to murder the bitch. We've got to destroy the tower. We've got to go talk to some lord guy to get his help to do it. And that's what we're doing, guys.
It sounds like somebody's upset that in bird form they couldn't fly into a door and open it. Because
Correct.
that again, that
No, I had a reason for hitting the door. I
Yeah.
thought it was polymorph. If it was polymorph, I hit 0, I turned back to me. But no, I didn't turn back to me. I turned into dead chicken bird.
And Gerhard was putting out fires till morning and didn't sleep with the rest of us, but we grabbed him to go to open lord thing, is what my notes
son
were.
of a bitch. All right, so I got exhaustion and
I
no
don't
spell
know.
slots.
No, you don't have
0
exhaustion.
spell slots.
You
You
do
still
not have
eventually.
exhaustion. You had
Okay.
exactly 6 hours of sleep. You went to bed in the early pre-dawn hours. Every time Feist kept trying to whisper to you, you basically took the ring off at some point and said, "Fuck you, bitch, I'm sleeping." And then you woke up at put it back on to hear, "Oh gosh, the Open Lord wants to see all of us." And then you started making your way that way. So yes, you can hit your long rest button, get your spells, prepare all the things you would like to prepare. You would have
Okay.
had a point of exhaustion, but you did get your long rest, so the point is just null and void. It's just gone.
Well, I
It
will
was a-
take it and thank you.
Yeah, it was a long evening, in game for the last month and a half.
I basically just had you continuing the fire brigade while you weren't here, because I thought that was a better use of your time than try to catch up with the 3 different parties of your group.
And it is exactly what I would have done too.
That's
So
kind of what I
yeah.
thought.
We just knew we needed Gerhard back to go face this lawyer help us out with the
Yeah.
ruler guy who's probably gonna I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, because Adnan has the unique skill of the one that talks us out of trouble, but then somehow back into it immediately.
No, it was he
So
talks us into trouble and then back out of it, and then
One of the
back
two.
in.
It
and
could
then back
happen.
in.
Reverse.
So I'm so
Wow,
glad our
playing
lawyers
Uno,
turned it down.
reverse. Okay, so
Beautiful.
important cliff notes here, Gerhardt. You saved the majority of the town from being a flaming hot mess. Avi and Embrick were saved from death because Feist used a mythical token to abuse the spell Absorb Elements to absorb all of the fire that was inside their house and direct it into their armor, at which point that energy redirected into the mechanism that allows them to fly, and they lost control and took off into the air. They went so fast, and the fact that how hot that building that they were in was, their armor itself, upon hitting that cold air, instantly went from exceedingly hot to rapidly cold and locked up to where they could not move anymore. And this was the trajectory, because it was hilarious to me, ended up being that they crash landed into the Temple of Cord while the Cord Knights were trying to destroy it, because their mentality is, if there's no temple, it can't burn. And in that moment, Adnan took advantage of the
Temple chat.
Cord Knights' superior intellect and was like, "Look, a divine object of Cord," and just the temple crashed down. Obviously, it was Feist that they figured out later, and then Adnan is the one who said, "An angel of Cord." And the Cordonites, who were all Chad bros, um, basically threw Feist around like a beach ball amongst themselves as there was a mosh pit going on, because Feist wanted to go back to Avi and Embrick. And the lead Chad was like, "I know who Embrick is." And so they were all like, "Cord's angel wants to see Embrick!" And then the horde of Cordonites went that direction whilst tossing Feist around. I think that's important for you to know. Um, yeah,
Definitely.
whenever you guys got to the Temple of the Raven Queen, Silas was already outside and did not seem to care about it burning because there's nothing inside that is of any value. Anybody who was trapped has already met his lady. Um, Portia and Adnan had a fun adventure trying to find somebody to help Leaf from going from one where Portia got healed, which was the Korda Temple, trying to get to Bahamut's Temple as Feist was letting them know that there were something there, but then Bahamut's was, while no longer aflame, nobody was there, smoke billowing out still, as there were some smolderings to find out that, they took everybody to the Quins, which used to be a couple of doctors that would help street urchins who has a relationship with Portia and from their past. The Quinn's no longer there, but the building was still there. That is what Bahamut's Temple kind of took over for a makeshift triage center of most important to least important, try to help as many as they can. Shiraz was there. He's the one who said you guys brought a ticking time bomb into the heart of where people can't defend themselves. Respectfully leave. It's nothing I can do. Um, let's see. There were fantastic conversations about Portia's feeling that she's constantly going to be abandoned, which is why she latches onto things that like to stick with her and talk to in her head. And yeah, whenever they went to the Blackstaff Tower, the Fajra noticed immediately what was taking over Leaf as the artifact of sin, wrath, and knew from that Portia had a couple more, and that was what Fajra wanted in order to help Leaf. There was a moment of hesitation where Fajra left. Now, why you said Fajra was helping you is because you had seen her from time to time just appearing out of the ground of Waterdeep, putting out a fire with a quick spell and disappearing back into the ground. So you had seen her do things periodically while you were fighting fires. So they had that moment of hesitation, and Fajra was like, I have better things to do. The entire town is burning. Your one person means nothing to me. Um, then there was the whole, they were talking to a person who was behind the shield because Blackstaff Tower, by the way, is cut in half, was also attacked. There were ruins of the tower around the grounds. Not that Gerhardt will know this yet, unless anybody shares with that, but that's some details that might be important. They had put a barrier up, which is why the rest of the group couldn't really get in to do anything, but they had talked to an elf individual who thought their bickering was highly entertaining. Um, did not notify Fajra in a timely manner that Portia had agreed to the deal, as Tegan was cursing up a storm, calling Fajra all kinds of names. And that's when they arrived, Tegan became the trapped bird in a cage. Uh, the elf also got some treatment for not immediately notifying her. So Fajra, equal opportunity punisher. But yeah, she took the artifacts of sin out, and you guys, trying to figure out where to go because at this point, so many things are burning that your typical places like inns and taverns are going to be overwhelmed. Um, Bird Tegan, once out of the cage, kind of pecked at Adnan about going to the bookstore because Adnan was like, "Can we just stay at the bookstore?" And Bird Tegan was like, "Squawk, squawk, fuck Blackstaff, die, bitch, squawk, squawk." Yes, trying to break the polymorph spell, thinking that's what it was, hitting into the door to pop that. Well, they popped something, which was their neck, and poor Adnod had to be like whoosh real quick. Um, Going inside there after somebody breaking a window, getting inside to unlock it, noticing that the inside of the building that the bookstore is an empty, boring building. There was nothing. There's not books. There's not a table. There's the walls. There's the support beams. You see the rafters. Everything was aflame, or you can see remnants of where flame was. That's where they rested, and then next morning, Leaf waking up, asking what the hell's going on. Leaving the bookstore, going around the corner to the tavern to see that the community has come together with bringing what they can into like this community pool of blankets and clothes and food and drink, and just really trying to bring what they can to the center area, because here recently, especially within the half of this year, Troll Skull itself has really risen to be a center point of the local community. This group put a lot of time and effort into it, um, and so people seem to be reciprocating that. Um, Feist was able to discern that while the building itself may not come crashing down immediately around them, two or so at a time to the upper levels to get some things is probably okay. But that because that main floor took so much of the fire damage that they worried that multiples would cause the support structure to break in on itself. As it is, they were amazed it hasn't done so already, considering how much weight is being supported. Feist emotionally beats up Portia, and Tegan and Leaf go inside, and Leaf's like, "Well, I don't have a room up there with the rest of you. Mine's further down here." Takes Tegan into the dance studio, walks up to a door, says something, and makes a gesture with a hand. The door opens, and Tegan was transported into another world where Leaf has a small cottage of his own that seems to be on a farming field of wonder, as Leaf had let Tegan know this is where the fruit is grown for all the fun concoctions that the bartender was trying to make things out of. He gave Tegan a little something that Tegan has yet to try. I can't wait for him to do so. And Leaf came out in full armor and a real. I don't want to say real. Let's say a an upgraded Revenant blade in comparison to what Adnan has. Because I'm
I
sure
mean,
Adnan's Revenant blade is real.
yeah, I was gonna say anything's an upgrade there, but okay, good, good.
But yes, they found the note that was today at 3. Your presence is I believe the version was requested, but the undertone was this is not a request. So Waterdeep itself doesn't have an actual king. It is ran by a council of lords that nobody really knows who is on the council at any given time. However, they have one representative that faces the public, which is known as the Open Lord, the one who's openly quote unquote in charge. So getting that note um, kind of put a little spur in the steps. This is definitely bigger than seeing the warden, which that situation was kind of touch and go there for a little while. Um, but yeah, going and checking out Avian Imbric, noticing that they're fine, trying to recoup things because as things need to be built, people are going to need. I mean, Tally the carpenter is going to need nails. Like Imbrick is already working. That guy doesn't stop. And he was like, "Yeah, your armor's in this mess somewhere to Feist." They eventually found it. While they were looking for it, they were throwing nails at Remy, who, like she said, she was kind of, separating them up between good ones and bad ones, only for Ember to not really care and put them all inside the crucible to be melted down anyway.
Yeah, that's about how that would go.
um, Ember's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna watch your armor. I said I would. I told you it was here. It's not like it's gonna go anywhere. Not sure why you're asking me again, but it's gonna be fine. Pat, pat. And the group decided instead of trying to go to 4 different places and being late to the event with the Open Lord to go now and be early. And that's when you had woken up with the ring on, heard the message, and you're kind of making your own way. And then yeah, Feist got a little bird message that was like, "Yo fam, this shit's taupe whack. Come get your shit." And they were like, "Ooh, fly, whoosh!" And they get there, and Ember's like, "Check this out." As he's dragging this piece of armor across the floor and just putting it on the ball, because Feist's armor had gone from this broken contraption to a ball, and he's just feeding it, and it's just absorbing that metal. And Feist is like, "Oh, let me touch this metal-eating thing.
This is my child. How dare you?
Let me touch this metal-eating thing." And yeah, they do, and it's like, "Oh, cool. I'm gonna eat you now, Feist," as it wraps completely around them. And then the gemstones that made up the important part of the armor burned their way into Feist's scales and said, "You're never leaving me again."
Okay, so Feist is now like cyborg-ish.
No, my child just has attachment concerns. We did
Resistance
not
is
practice.
futile. You shall
We
be
didn't
assimilated.
practice enough before I left them, so we're just going to work on gaining confidence being by ourselves. It's fine.
Mm. Okay, okay. Doesn't sound like the Borg at
Yeah,
all.
but
Okay, cool.
so you guys don't know that she's cyborged out just yet. That's where we ended, is right when
No,
Feist is learning about
where
this.
where we ended was Embrick going, the experiment worked, and
Oh
Feist
yeah.
going, huh? I have no memory, and that's where you ended it. I've been frothing at the mouth for 2 weeks.
Oh, you remember that part?
Yes, I very distinctly remember that part because I've been trying to figure out what happened in the Feywild for like 2 years because it happened like 6 days ago in game.
Ah, you know what? That'll teach you to miss a game.
Oh, one game.
Missed one game. Here you are, finally getting the big reveal 2 years
Oh,
later.
It always happens when you miss a game.
How do you think
always.
Portia feels?
Ugh.
So yeah, that's where we're starting. We need some good like Resistance is futile music. There's gotta have something, right? There's gotta be. There's gotta be.
Oh man,
Ooh,
this is gonna be
sci-fi. Yeah, that's gotta be something in
much
here.
fun.
I think I have the audio off on. Oh no, I don't. It's just
What does this sound like?
sacred. Oh, I definitely read scared space among dragons, and it was all wrong. But I kind of now am down for
It
that, and
kind
I
of
need that,
worked.
and I kind of need that
Uh,
now. Uh-huh.
what's this one sound like?
Open memory.
Yeah, I feel like this is right. A memory you have forgotten. Hopefully your armor doesn't consume you.
Worst ways for Feist to go out.
I used to be like, yay! Metal armor, Leviathan, I love you! Bye!
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
The end. Important little tidbit for Feist to remember that after the gemstones, the chest, the shoulder, and the palms burned themselves into yourselves, the metal seemingly disappeared around you.
Oh yeah, we're full Black Panthering this shit. I remember.
Adnan says, "Hey, what's the worst that could happen?" It's not like the group said, "Don't go." They totally did. They actively held her back, and they were like, "Nah, fam, my baby needs me."
I would never leave my child.
Now your child will never leave you.
That's right.
Those are some famous last words. Now you can't leave me. Just saying.
Look, I'm gonna have to have Leviathan have a sit down and be like, "Honey, you're sounding like Portia. We need to have a discussion."
Yeah, we just talked about don't touch sentient magical things.
Oh man, I was so pissed at you.
Portia
uh,
gets
all
angry as soon as I
right,
shows up.
Feist, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm asking Embrick, what do you mean the experiment worked?
That's
What
not your
experiment?
voice. What do you mean?
Oh, damn it. What do you mean the experiment worked?
Give me a perception check.
Oh no. Can I re-equip all my stuff? My armor class is 10. Nice.
Hey, I can see that dice.
Woo!
24. Cool. So as Embrick is kind of leaning down and like not really caring about personal space, just touching the gemstones and inspecting your skin around it. While Embrick is doing so, you notice that there is black smoke coming out of his eyes.
Is that normal? Is that something I've seen him
That
do
is
before?
not normal.
Embrick? Why are your eyes all smoky?
Embrick pays no attention as he continues to inspect the gemstone on your shoulder.
He's
And
not
it's a little
concerned, I'm not
tender.
concerned.
It's a little tender as he's poking it. And then it's weird. When he touches the gemstone, you feel as though he's touching your skin.
Whoa. This is gonna require further experimentation. I'm gonna poke the one on my palm.
So you feel the sensation of being poked in your palm, but your claw also feels like it's touching the hard gemstone. So your palm feels like it's being touched, and your claw feels like it's touching a gemstone. You are feeling the sensation through the gemstone.
I'm gonna like smack at Embrick while he's there. Embrick, what is this? Is this part of the experiment? What was the experiment?
In a voice that is not Embrick's. What do you mean, what was the experiment? Don't you remember, dear?
Embrick. Things are talking in my head now. Does it sound like the Leviathan from the last time, or is it a different
No,
voice?
that voice came from Embrick. But it
Oh,
wasn't
the
Embrick's
voice
voice.
came from Embrick. Oh my gosh. Ah! Who are you? Apparently, I don't remember.
Oh, I'm sure to be fine, Feist.
You know me.
Well, yes, you agreed to the experiment.
Are we friends?
No,
Would you like to be?
if you live, maybe.
Cool. Is Embrick okay? Did are you did he give you permission to take over? You're just here to visit.
Well, this form can support me for some time before it shuts down. I'm just
Excuse
here
me?
to visit.
All right, then quick data collection before you hurt Embrick. What is the experiment?
What you wanted your armor to continue its evolution. We helped with that.
Okay, we've established I don't remember. More data, please.
Better questions.
Ugh. Why is Leviathan now sentient?
We gave it a soul.
Oh,
As I move on from the shoulder to the one that's embedded in your upper chest. This is the red one. No, red's on the hand. This is the blue one.
the topaz was on the hands. I thought it was the red one on the chest.
Oh, maybe you're right. Whoop.
I think. Okay, so we gave Leviathan a soul. Was the experiment about giving the metal a soul? Was it to create more metal? What was the intention of our experiment?
Yes.
Okay. Are there other test subjects?
No.
Are you
That's why I
observing
hope you
this?
survive.
Are you observing this subject continually? Should I be expecting to hear from you frequently?
Probably.
Why don't I remember?
You weren't mentally strong enough. You
Well,
blocked it
that's
out.
rude. Does Embrick remember?
Not everything.
What data points should I be collecting?
Changes.
In?
Yes.
This is a large change. Are we using
You're,
this as the baseline and going forward, or should I be gathering data from here?
I have no idea what's going to happen to you or your armor.
Oy.
I wonder what changes it'll have on you, what changes you'll have on it.
What soul did you put in Leviathan? Did I put in How do we put a soul in Leviathan?
But the body wasn't using it anymore.
Did you act?
Say it again. Because you stopped or something. I don't know what you.
No, I didn't stop. I squawked. And
Squawked.
I was like, nah.
It was a cat
Okay.
squawk.
Okay.
I said, did we ask?
Ask what?
The soul! Did the soul want to be shunted in something else? You just take people's souls without asking.
Sure, I can. That's part of the deal.
Whose deal? My deal?
No, the souls belong to me. They didn't pay, so their souls are mine to do
Oh
with
dear.
as I wish.
What soul is this? What data do I need about this soul?
For the first time, Embrick looks up at you from this whole time as they at this point were inspecting the gemstones. They look up. Do you really want to know?
Well, if I'm going to be trying to factor in personality and how one personality affects another, I'm assuming that comes attached to a soul, it might be something I would need, especially if I'm trying to gather whether or not it's having an impact on me.
Well, give me a persuasion check.
I'm not horrible at these. Why? Well, I'm kind of horrible at these. I'm going to save my flash of genius when we end up in the court of law.
Um, so Embrick is going to get real close to you and whisper something.
Oh, God. On point, yes.
That's hilarious. As this gets said to you, as soon as whatever this is finishes saying it, you would immediately note that Embrick like shakes their head and like steps back and will look down at you and be like, "When did you get here?"
Uh-oh.
And you will note that the black smoke is no longer coming out of their eyes.
I have to respond emotionally to that message first. Okay. Spice has to chew on that for a second, and they're kind of like grabbing onto Embrick's arm. Uh, what do you what do you mean? You called for me. You said Leviathan was acting strange.
I've, I've been making nails. What? I don't. I don't even
Oh,
see your armor anymore. Somebody steal it?
Feist holds their hand up.
Why do you
Apparently
have it?
the experiment worked.
What? What?
Oh, I was hoping you'd be able to explain more. That entity was not very forthcoming. Um, so do you remember when we went down to that shop and then we popped into the like Feywild for a little bit and I don't remember anything that happened? Apparently they ran an experiment and shoved a soul inside Leviathan. And apparently it's the soul of a copper dragon, and I'm pretty sure they didn't ask to be put in there, so I don't know if it's gonna be really bad. But um yeah, there's a soul in Leviathan now, and it was really mad that I left it alone, so it started eating a bunch of stuff.
The the only experiment I remember is the bit of Netherese metal. Wait, why can't I talk to you about that now?
Because the entity came and talked to me. I didn't get their name. They'll be back. But yeah, now I know.
Wait, there's a soul in your armor?
Yeah,
We that must have been after.
I don't remember anything. None of it. I don't even remember our experiments on the Netherese metal.
We made it so it would repair itself, but I don't remember anything about a soul.
Okay, so we made it. What do you remember about it repairing itself?
The your armor was a degraded form of Netherese metal, and the bits that I had were pure, and we kind of put them into your armor to help it replicate and be able
I
to
don't,
repair itself. That's why it
and I
was
remember none of
growing
that.
and consuming the rest of the not smooth parts. Correct. You remember
Yeah.
none of this.
Okay. Yeah.
You remember him having a piece of metal that
Yeah.
reacted in a way to when it was, only had taken up all of this. And you remember at some point coming out and from in the dungeon, suddenly it like rapidly started.
Mm.
And now that you're, give me an intelligence ability check.
Ugh. That one I'll use Flash of Genius.
All right, so that'll put you at an 18.
Yeah.
Now that you're thinking about it, it literally is every time you would get hit, the armor would grow a little bit more.
Okay.
And it's not like it was damaged. Not when I say hit, I don't mean like you yourself physically took damage, but the more beating the armor took and absorbed for you, the more it started to grow. You didn't put it together until now. You never really knew why it would grow. You just would notice it suddenly that it had grown from being, this wound here to completely taking over to being the whole upper chest, and knowing that you instinctively, maybe guidedly knew that you had to put gemstones inside. And now those gemstones have embedded themselves into you.
So you remember more than I do, Embrick. But apparently I don't even know now if we agreed to the experiment, but now I'm the experiment, essentially, with how this metal is going to react to now apparently a host. And again, the armor has a soul embedded in it that apparently was lost to this creature. I remember that to the tent being rather fey in nature, but the entity that I just talked to made your eyes go all black. So I have no idea what we were dealing with there. Who are we doing the experiments with?
Um, Robin fired out, the owner of the magic shop.
I wonder if it was the same person.
I don't know. I don't know anything about a soul. I just know about having it repair itself.
Yeah, they said that you wouldn't remember. They said that you remember part, not all of it. And I remember none. And apparently they possessed you temporarily.
Oh, great. Just what I need.
Yeah, that's the proper sentiment.
Wonder if I can get one of those protection charms that the Winchester brothers came up with.
Oh, do you think it would work with it already inside of me? Because I don't want it possessing me either.
No, I think you are already combined.
Possession? Petting them? This is their child. Now they think they're responsible. Now they think it's a copper dragon hatchling. They're very concerned. You gave me the opportunity to pack bond with sentient metal, Adam. What was gonna happen?
Oh,
Oh, I don't know what to do about this. I need to think about this. I need to try and talk to Leviathan more. Because it talked to me? They, she, it? I don't know. I have to ask. Because it has a soul. So I don't exactly know how awake it is. Or really how to use it yet. But, I gotta go talk to the court. And then maybe I'll see what I can figure out and I'll keep you posted.
okay.
Let me know if you get possessed again.
How will I know?
AV! Is AV around
You
somewhere?
don't see Havy.
Oh no. Have AV tell you. Tell AV that if your eyes get black, although their eyes were their eyes blacked when they called me over to the like ball?
Yes.
Okay, I was just too excited to
You
notice.
were just too
Shocker.
excited and did not
Shocker.
pay any attention until they were closer to you.
Shocker. So just tell AV if your eyes turn black and smoky, come find me immediately. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, good luck, Feist.
Thanks. You too. I'm gonna start walking back the way I came.
Okay.
And while I'm walking, because I want to catch up with the others, um, I am gonna see if I can talk to it. So I'll just be muttering to myself like a crazy person while I'm walking
Cool.
down the road.
Cool.
Like, Leviathan, are you here? Can you hear me?
Are you talking out loud? Like just to the
Yeah.
random strangers around you?
No,
Okay.
not to them. Fuck them.
Well,
I'm talking to my
I
armor.
meant so that random strangers can hear you, is what I
Yeah.
meant. Okay.
Oh yeah. Feist gives no shits. No
That's
shits.
fair.
In fact, if it means that people are kind of scared and they give them a wider berth, it's easier for them to walk. Win-win.
Fair. Okay.
But they'll try both. They'll try like projecting internally, they'll try like tapping, they'll try like talking. They'll try chewing on it. Like they're gonna try all sorts of things to try and get Leviathan to talk back to them.
Cool. So when you chew on it, you're chewing on yourself. Like you feel the teeth hitting your flesh. It's
Mhm.
like you put your hand inside your mouth and you're biting down on your palm. You
Wow.
feel that. So for your teeth, it feels like a gemstone, but for your hand, you feel the sharpness of your teeth.
Tastes like the last time I ate bone soup too fast. Hmm. Yeah, so that's what I'll do as I'm trying to catch up. I will keep it a clip since I am trying to catch up to the others. But
Why don't you send me a whisper, some things you would ask, and we'll see if you get anything in response back.
sweet.
How fast are the rest of you walking?
I
Yeah.
Not
imagine
super
normal.
fast.
Not super fast.
I mean, 6 hours of sleep is enough, but I'm not like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. There we go.
I'm following Portia because Feist left us.
I was just going at normal pace.
Okay. So, Portia, do you slow down for those that can't keep up with you?
I only.
How long
Uh,
before I realize that Remy can't keep up with me is the question.
it's not just
Tiny
Remy.
legs and a
It's
frozen
literally
margarita.
everybody can't keep up with you. Your
What?
base is faster than everybody else's
No,
base.
it's not. Is it really?
Yes.
Damn. No, I guess once I realize that I'm walking faster than everybody else, I slow down and wait for them.
Okay.
Good. My legs were getting tired.
I forget that I'm a super turbo halfling sometimes. Jughead, go lay down. Come on, move.
Uh, Feist, are you walking with a purpose to try to catch up, or are you
Yeah.
normal walking speed?
No, I'm moving. I'm not casting fly again. I'm moving, but I'm on foot, but I am moving.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to say about 45 minutes from the time Feist left to the time Feist is catching back up with you all.
Okay.
Because they're clawing it. They are moving with a purpose. Whereas the rest of you, I feel like you're not. You got to be there a certain time, but not right now. What do you
Excuse
do?
me.
Feist, are you okay? Is everything
Oh,
okay?
have I caught up? I'm sorry. I'm
Yes.
still typing messages. I'm I said 10,000 questions. So like,
That's
hang on, let me send the 12 that I typed out.
12 out of 10,000.
Okay, those are the 12 out of 10,000. Um okay, sorry. So I caught up and I see the others and I'm like, "Oh, hi guys."
You okay, Feist? Everything okay?
Yeah, that okay. So, yes? Question mark. So it wasn't Embrick that summoned me. It was some sort of entity, potentially Fey, that had taken him over. That remember when Embrick and I did those experiments that I can't remember. In yeah, well, apparently that it worked, and Leviathan just started like eating a bunch of chunks of metal, and that entity came to check it out. And yeah, so Leviathan's changed quite a bit, and now there's an experiment being run that I don't remember the parameters of. But my armor has a soul now.
Wait, what?
Yes, that's as far as I know. I have to do more experimentation. I don't understand. I don't remember anything that happened.
Oh, okay. Sure.
But Leviathan is apparently more than, and they'll hold their palm out.
I just stop. So you mean to tell me we just got rid of 3 objects that have souls, and you just brought back another one?
Did your objects have souls?
I thought they had souls. I never asked.
Well, I don't know. This one's got a soul. I don't know if I was a part of that experiment or not, but yeah, this one has a soul.
And I just march forward. And this time I don't wait for everybody. I just start headed straight. I just huff because I know we have to go to the thing, and I'm not gonna brawl out in the street at the moment. So I just
Oh,
walk.
Feist,
Hmm.
you have a sentient magic item that speaks to you? Or has a soul at least?
It only talked to me once. I sent
It
it a
did
bunch
talk
of messages, but it hasn't answered back yet.
Didn't you just
Hmm.
yell at Portia for that same thing?
No, I yelled at Portia for lying to me and for picking up a sentient object that was trying to kill us after she promised she wouldn't.
How do you know yours isn't going to kill us?
Because this is my child.
I look at the wizard guy who probably knows more about magic than me and just go like,
And that is a fair question, Remy. If this becomes risky for the pack, I don't think I have the option to remove it. But if this becomes any form of danger to the pack, I will remove the danger myself. So if I can't get it out, I will leave.
okay. Mhm. You all are insane. All I have to say to this.
Yeah, I think you'll get used to it eventually. I don't know, it's only been a couple of months for me.
It's only been 2 days.
You'll get used to it eventually.
It has been longer than a couple of months, Feist.
been like
My
6.
gosh.
Like Leaf's been alive 6 months.
It's been
Correct.
like a year and a half. I don't know, it's been like 6 years in game. I'm confused. There's this pandemic that came through, and I swear it just kind of crushed all this time together. So I don't remember much. Either way, you get used to it.
Uh-huh. Great.
And
Portia?
if you don't, you're not stuck, you know. If you don't want to stay, that's okay. We'll make sure you get home safely, or at least back down if you want to.
I don't know. Portia, why are you running?
Oh, she's not walking. She's walking in a huff. It's a princess move that happens every once in a while. She'll either try and hit me, or she'll get over it eventually. It's one of the two.
Wait,
It'll be fine.
Is she a princess?
No, she just thinks she is.
Okay, I was gonna get very confused and be like, King Adnan already confused me enough, so
No, Adnan's a king
he is a king.
of something.
Good to know. Good to know.
Wow. Okay. Well, let me end the 45 minutes here. Nope, go back. There we go. Um, all right. Well, my understanding is you guys are going straight for the castle itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Open sesame. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. So, once you're on the high road, which is one of the main bigger roads of Waterdeep, it eventually connects to Waterdeep Way, which you guys then follow for a little bit longer before making your way to Soothsayer Way and walking up to the castle itself. The castle is built into the side of a mountain as it faces the ocean to the east. And as it's built up, it's got this kind of zigzagged pattern wall that is the main way in, and that is the path to go up to the castle itself. And I mean, the gates are open. There is quite a bit of a crowd, as there are all kinds of people who are a bit concerned. I don't know why, but it's probably a good thing you guys got here early, because there's a line.
Am I with the rest of the party, or was I like coming from another place under my own
You
steam?
came. You are meeting them here, because you were not with
Good.
them.
Right. Good. I'm glad that I'm taking a trudge then, so that I can, not wait in line a ton of time. Maybe. I'm just gonna cut these since I see them.
Understood.
Assuming they
Understood.
get in line.
I mean, who knows what they're gonna do?
No, we'd love a queue.
Is it just a line coming out of it, or does it look like they're guards taking like check-ins?
I mean, there are guards, but they don't seem to be like looking, going through people's belongings or anything. There's guards stationed at the castle, but it's just a line of people. And you guys have quite the hill to go up through.
I don't recognize any of these guards from Fire Exploit, the arena, do I?
No, these are royal guards, not arena guards.
So you
Oh dear.
haven't peed on these guards yet?
I have not peed on them yet. Yes.
Okay,
Yet
good to know.
is
Good to know.
Tegan, let's try not to pee on guards today.
I mean, I will do my best. I can't hold promises.
Where are we queuing on this map, Adam?
At the bottom of the zigzag.
Okay, the bottom little circle thing.
There's a
The
map.
little.
Look on Discord in the chat.
So you see where
okay.
the arrow says that the whole thing's the castle,
Yes.
and there's like a zigzag wall. You guys are at the bottom of the zigzag. That is the courtyard. The people are
Southeast.
starting a line, and you guys go up through the zigzag.
Oh, so like the zigzag, you have to wait to go through the zigzag to get into the courtyard.
Correct.
So there's no like moving around people or anything. It's like.
I mean, you certainly could, if you wanted to, force your way through the line.
Can we ask people what they're waiting in line for?
You certainly can.
I'm just gonna ask the person in front of me, what's the line for?
add-on?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. I thought Feist was doing a really good Adnan impression. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was for a minute there. I was like, oh shit, that's on point.
Oh man, I wish I was that talented. We should have just gone with the ruse. I just should have kept talking when Dan was talking.
Somebody roll a d10 for Dan. Anybody click the d10. First one in, I'm taking. Firsties is Portia with an 8. Okay. Or Feist with an 8. Okay, cool. 876. How'd you guys plan that?
Skill set.
Yes.
For that
Skill
talent.
sets. Yeah. All right. So, and then yes, people in front of you. Like, what's going on? What's up with the line? An end of the individual turns around. They are obviously seeming to be wearing probably the finest clothes that they have, which isn't that good. But as they turn and look at you and you ask this question, the individual, which appears to be a human male, he says, "I'm hoping that they're gonna give us something for my home. Is gone. It burnt up. I got nothing left."
Is anybody leaving or is everybody going in?
Everybody seems to be going in.
Okay. That's all I got right now.
Okay. Well, as you guys are in line and asking about around, quite a few of the people that are around you are in this similar situation. Some are um, people who were doing like small embroidery work and their homes burnt down. There are people who were field workers, but where their homes were, you know, above a business burnt down. Like there's a lot of this has to do with things burnt down and now these people have nothing, and so they're hoping to petition the court for some kind of relief, some kind of help, some kind of uh, even just a feeling of safety and security. Like, what is the city doing? I mean, sure, there's quite a bit of hubbub about a group of people that throughout the night putting out fires, saving hundreds of people. But even with that bit of good, there are still hundreds more with the bit of bad. And the line is moving. You don't know what's going on up at the castle, but the line is moving. Gerhardt, go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Just straight perception.
Just straight eyeball check.
It's thinking.
Brilliant. You see the band that you work with, you sort of call ally and sometimes call friends, standing in line.
Okay, so I'll go up to them. Yeah, so what exactly are we doing here?
Oh, glad you're okay.
That's a great question.
We were summoned here.
Yes, I understand that because I heard, of course, the chatter on the ring. But what I have been up for very long. I did not get much sleep for obvious reasons. So do we know anything else?
No, but we haven't been here very long, so we just have this line here. Although our appointment's at the third bell.
Ah.
It was just a summon for the wayward souls. That was it. We have no further information.
And I see guards, right?
Yeah, you sure do.
Don't go
Or-
pee on
Okay.
them.
No, but I think we should probably say something because we're not here for complaints. We're here for summons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to one of the guards, the closest guard, and say, "Excuse me. Of course, my friends and I, we were here summoned."
Oh, you have the summons with you?
I do
You-
not. Hold on. I'm gonna go back and
Adnan
did we
grabbed
bring
it?
the summons?
Adnan
Adnan has
has
I
it.
thought Adnan grabbed it. Yeah.
All right. I'll
I'm
ask
sure
for
he
it
gives it to
from
you.
Adnan.
I'm gonna assume he's gonna give it to you because I don't know
Definitely
what
would
he's doing
give
right
it to
now.
me.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
totally
no
gonna
big
give.
deal.
He's
Yeah.
gonna give it to you.
Yeah. So I take it to the guard. Yeah, this is our summons. We are
The
expected.
guard takes it, leans the spear like against his chest, shoulder area, reads it, and hands it back to you, and says, "If you would please just follow me."
All right.
And he,
I give the come on guys motion to everybody and
Okay.
follow.
Let's go, guys.
he
Buckle up.
takes you past the main gateway, which is has a trapped portcullis, so you can see where the gates could come down on either end, leaving a group of individuals trapped in the center. He takes you past that and around to the right, where there is a door in the stonework, which then he opens, and he goes, "If you would please just follow the stairs up."
Ah.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
I assume everybody
And
goes up.
up the stairs.
Up.
He is the one. He's last behind
Yeah.
you. Closes the door, follows up, and now you guys are on the wall itself. On that, I can't think of the terminology that's called. That is what you guys are on. Is instead of having to walk up this mountain and go through the zigzags, you guys are still in a zigzag, but not having to go through the people, as you're taking like the guard's path over and over and over.
Oh, switchbacks.
So you guys
Is
are
that the
you
word
guys
we're
are
looking
We're
for?
in the walls, basically.
you're on top of the wall where like the
Oh.
guards would
Oh,
patrol
okay. The
the
correlations.
zigzaggy wall. And so you guys are just skipping all the people, going through it's taking you the guards way, past all the people, past the wall, and then takes you to one of the two towers at the top there, opens up the door, where you see a couple of guards are eyeing him and eyeing you all, and he goes, these are the wayward souls. They have a summons. And one of the other guard like takes it from him, and then he goes, "All right, well we'll take it from here. Get back to your post." And this guy, the initial guard that took you all this way, just kind of nods at each of you, walks on past, and going back down the zigzag to his post. The one who's now seems to be taking care of you, he goes, "All right, well, follow me down the courtyard, and we'll have one of the runners go and get, well, go and get someone to help you guys get cleaned up. Uh, Down the stairs, please." And he starts going down the stairs.
Oh, right. Feist is covered in soot from
We
their
all
nail.
are.
Feist was nail diving.
Yeah, but we're all still filthy
None
from
of
fires.
us have
Oh,
clean,
no.
super clean things.
What?
None of us are clean.
Yeah, none of us are clean. Oh man.
Back down the stairs, outside, where you can see there are people just running all over. The courtyard is full of people who are trying to get petitions. There's seems to be a table and some excuse me, uh, a couple of workers that are just like taking people's names and information as the, typical bureaucratic nightmare nonsense. Yeah, let me fill out this form 281 and we're totally going to get back to you within 3 to 5 government business days. That kind of stuff. But this guard takes you around all that, grabs one of the runners, tells that individual that the wayward souls are here. They've been summoned. That runner looks at all of you like with these big eyes of like, wow. Before the guard like smacks him across the head, get! And that runner starts running inside. He
Is that
then
a good sign? Is
he
that a
then
good sign?
hands the note just to whomever will grab it, the summons. You guys are gonna want this inside.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Eventually, that runner comes back and he goes, okay, follow me. And he's like jumping back and forth, like boom, just way too much energy for this poor kid. He takes you inside these double doors, going into the building, which there are royal guards uh, at every like almost every 8 to 12 feet. There's a royal guard. Coming inside this hallway, you can see that it is a white and gray like um, mixture marble floor with these pillars that are half pillars against the wall. They don't really seem to be supporting anything, but just probably mostly decorative. There are sconces every so often to light, and as the runner opens the door and you guys go in, there is a benches about every 10 or so feet, and you can hear someone walking closer to you guys. You just hear like the shuffling of fabric. As you look ahead, an individual that seems to be wearing very nice black and silver robes with their hair seems to be pulled back into a braided bun on the back of their head, and their hands are clasped on top of each other in front of them. As they are walking to you and they get closer into the light, you see an elderly woman, human, with dark graying hair and green eyes, wrinkles about their face, kind of sunken in, um, almost like very tired eyes, crow's feet around, obviously, up there in the years. As they look about you all and they go, well, really, you come to the meeting with the Open Lord and your stink, and you look like trash. Well, thank goodness you arrived early to the baths where you will get cleaned, and your items will be cleaned as well. You must be presentable before meeting the Open Lord. Follow.
I whisper to Feist, don't they know the whole city is on fucking fire?
Rich people have their priorities
I have
up
spent
their
most
ass.
of the entire night saving this city. I think that they can deal with me being a bit stinky, yes?
No,
Yeah.
let's go.
Come on, Gary.
Mm.
She just and starts walking expectantly.
We can steal their soap, Gerhard.
I follow. I follow.
Stick over him.
Say it again,
Oh,
Tegan.
about
I will
Tegan?
say, man, I want
Nobody
to hear
else
what Tegan
talk. You
said.
can't talk while Tegan talks.
No one hears him talking because it picks up halfway through.
Now you're not even saying anything, you fuckface. I know you.
No, I said clearly she doesn't smell because she's got a massive stick stuck up her ass. Plugs all the stink right in.
Yeah, it keeps the shit way far up in your body so you can't smell it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
She
I will happily follow as I mimic her walk.
excellent.
I
As
feel better
you
already.
follow down this hallway, you pass a few doors, but eventually she stops at a set of double doors, which then she opens and pushes them open, and you guys can just feel steam. Just
I'm gonna whisper to like Feist and Portia. Didn't we take a bath just yesterday?
It just bathe, Remy. It's okay.
Oh,
Come on.
okay.
You see
she
the
Got
walks
this.
into this room, which has tile all on the floor. You can see there are still sconces that are hanging up, and they look like they're flaming, like they're fire sconces, but there's no smoke. The fire there doesn't seem to be smoky in any way, shape, or form. Um, along the center is a set of benches, and on the walls to the right and left there are like cubby holes. And she walks in and she goes, "All right, well, um, ladies' bath is to the left, men's bath is to the right. You can put your items in any of the cubby holes, and if you have unmentionables that you would rather keep on, then do so and go bathe."
I'll just kind of drag Feist and Remy with me
All right.
and go towards the ladies.
Oh, okay. I
And
guess. Okay.
Right, well, you heard the trust fall, everyone.
Gerhard is stripping down in. Oh,
Both of their internets are shit.
Yeah,
We keep
I
losing
know.
both.
I was
I think I heard them both say they're gonna drop trowel before they go in. I think that's what I heard.
but I do. I put my stuff in the cubby
Excellent.
and I go towards the bath.
Okay.
I will put my things in the cubby as well. Very. Okay, well, let's do this.
Okay. As you guys put your things in, go about to your separate bathing rooms. Each one is identical with some minor changes. Each of them have multiple copper tubs filled with hot water. Some of them have people in them, some of them don't. Um, as you enter the doorway to your left and right, there are towels, robes, cloths, and different kinds of lithe soaps for your choosing. In the men's room, there are men who are there to help you bathe if you so need help, and in the women's room, there are women to help you bathe if you need help.
I don't need help, so I just drag Remy and Feist with me to go bathe without help.
Sure.
You guys don't need somebody to help you bathe,
I
right?
also don't
no,
need help
never.
in bathing.
Tegan will absolutely take the help to bathe as he, Captain Morgan, poses to expose the tape, asking for a wee bit of scrubby dub dub.
Tegan, roll me a d4, please.
Oh, something's going in. Ooh.
Awesome. So three guys
Three
come over.
fingers.
Three guys come over. Just lift you up, put you inside the tub. One of them gets a cloth. One of them's got like a loofah kind of material, and one of them's just squirting in some shampoos, and it's just you are being scrubbed by three guys.
We should have
Can I
taken the
ask for
help. That sounds like a delight.
maybe some grapes? Is there somebody with a fan,
Nobody with a fan yet, but maybe that's going to happen soon.
Portia said we didn't need help, Feist. It's okay. We know how to bathe ourselves.
If you want
I
help,
want-
go
Doing
for
it my
it.
whole
but
life.
I have no idea what you're saying, Tegan. As soon as anybody talks, you disappear.
I said I want to look over at Gerhardt and just wink at him.
I'm going to, in a traditional Gerhardt manner, grumpily harumph and scrub my own damn body.
Okay.
Why do I feel like Adnan would have also accepted the
The
three
men
men
help?
carrying him
Oh
around?
yeah,
Yeah,
100%. We're totally saying it's canon now. He doesn't get a choice.
just like filing his nails while he's leaning back in the bath. Like,
Manicure time.
Gerhardt, give me an investigation roll, please.
how many soaps do you see?
Lots of soaps.
21 soaps.
I'm gonna take all 21 soaps and no, I'm kidding. I'm gonna
That's what
just
you notice.
submerge myself in that soapy water as soon as possible.
Yeah, fair
Gonna
enough.
just get scrubbed, cleaned, ready to go.
Okay. Well, you guys, to include Adnan, get clean, and people are there to help you dry. They're there to make sure you have a robe on and let you leave the bathing area into that front room. And so when you guys get in there, at whatever interval time you guys do, that woman is still there, hand clasp, back super straight, um, watching you guys come out. You guys go to your things, which have been cleaned.
Fancy.
Nothing was taken, but even your money was cleaned. There is
I'm
not a
double
speck
checking all
of
mine.
dirt. There's no grease. There's no blood anymore. There's no oil. Alcohol stains, blood stains, miscellaneous stains are all gone.
Was saving that for later.
Even Tegan's
No
20-year-old
pause and
shit
take it.
stains are gone. There is a money laundering joke here. White. Sweat stains, all gone. All stains are gone. In fact, the colors even pop a little bit more now, no longer faded. Everything looks brand new.
That's cool. I'm gonna put on my fancy newish clothes to me then, because they haven't been this clean in years.
Mm-hmm.
It seems
Yeah,
ridiculous considering
they.
the amount of people outside that need help.
Maybe they need baths too. And clean
Um,
clothes.
yeah, exactly.
So we should let them in here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna look at Trunchable, Miss Trunchable, whatever her name is.
Anyone who has an appointment with the Open Lord can, of course, use these facilities. Now, let's get going, please. She turns around and leaves the double doors.
Adnan says he's got his cape and crown of friendship on too.
Wait. Are you only wearing the cape and crown of friendship? This is important information that all of us need to know.
Oh no. Just
I mean,
flying in the wind.
the cape of friendship must be very glittery and stuff now that it's clean.
Right? So is Tegan's shirt on backwards?
I don't think she would let him go in with his
No.
shirt on backwards.
She might yell
She
at
also she also wouldn't let you guys leave here without being dressed. Let's be real. She leads you down the hallway some more. After you guys are cleaned and dried, like like hair was combed, like the whole spiel was done in that room. And again, your clothes feel like they don't feel like yours. The nice, comfortable, stretchy parts and stains that you're familiar with. Nah, fam, they gone. And she leads you down the hallway
Terrible.
some more. Yes, Tegan, the whole spiel. Your pubes were also braided. Yes, I knew it was going there. Oh man, could you just imagine if that was a spell? Whew,
Oh,
that'd be
make
scary.
life so much easier.
That would be
Hmm.
scary. Um, she leads you down the hallway, which then it kind of turns and twists and then goes down. And you notice the temperature does drop a little bit. It gets a little cool. And as you continue following her for what seems like, I mean, maybe 10 or 15 minutes before it comes back up again. And she opens a door on her left and then gestures for you to go inside. And she stands there and goes, "At some point, you will be called to meet the open Lord. And thank you, wayward souls, for all that you've done for the city."
You're welcome.
Yes, there of course is refreshments and food inside here, Tegan. Enter, please. You guys go inside, and it is a relatively comfortable sitting room. There is a table against the far left-hand wall, which has bits of fruits and meats and cheese, like a very simple, like afternoon snacky lunch thing. There's a couple of pitchers of some kind of liquid. On the north wall, there is a fireplace which is going. And after you guys go in, she grabs the door, closes it behind you.
Tell me we're in this situation didn't end up so well as I grab some food and drink.
As soon as I think I've given it amount of time, like I don't hear her footsteps out the door, I'm gonna just test the handle to see if the door's locked.
It's not.
Okay. They didn't lock us in.
This place is
I'm
so
gonna
weird.
stuff my face and say this reminds me of black stuff, doesn't it, Tegan?
Yeah, but that didn't turn out very well.
Angry Tegan faces.
That means that Adnan's boots were mended too from his failure with the Revenant blade.
That was a success. He successfully damaged someone with his superior Revenant blade.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened the last time you were at the Blackstaff Academy?
Hmm?
You
The
said
black
this was
staff
like the,
or the warden? Which one?
I don't know, you said this was like the last time you were at Blackstaff and it didn't go well.
No,
Yeah,
because
last time we went to the Blackstaff, we got wined and dined like this. Isn't that where Tegan picked up the never-ending flask?
it is where Tegan picked up the never-ending flask, and then she sent us on a mission after Tegan pissed her off.
So they're
Poor
nice to us.
Potter.
Tegan pisses her off and then something bad happens. This seems like a pattern.
Well, but then that doesn't include the time that we got locked up by the warden either.
What? You
Yeah,
people are trouble,
After-
aren't you?
After Tegan pissed somebody off.
You told me about that, right? That had to do with the Minotaur and the performance or something.
Mhm.
That had nothing to do with Tegan.
I thought that's when you peed on the guard.
He peed on the guard because
After they got locked up.
Oh.
he was looking for
Cause
me.
and effect.
What? I just squawked.
I peed on the car because we got locked up. That's funny.
Ugh.
So
Well,
should
you
we?
guys have had time to eat and drink while there is nothing alcoholic that was provided. It is water and some kind of sweet juice. No booze before meeting. Um, on the east wall, there is another door, which then there is a light knock on. And after the knock, the door opens and you see a halfling individual, male that has nice courtly attire with the frilly little poof thing right in the front here, a nice vest, and he looks around at all of you and he goes, "Good evening, wayward souls. My name is Samuel. I will be leading you to the hall for your meeting with the Open Lord and the rest of the heroes of Waterdeep, where hopefully you all will be able to come together and figure out what dastardly plans are afoot and put a stop to it."
Oh.
Well, that's
Oh.
more information than what we were given when we were sent here.
Yep. Um. Yeah. Anything else, Samuel, that we should know?
Well, the, uh, it may come up, and if it does, please do not let anybody know that it was I who informed you, but Master Gerhardt, there are people calling you Saint Gerhardt now.
Well, just
By the way,
Yeah,
sir, thank you for saving my mother.
of course. It was the very least that I could do, and I do not require a title, thank you.
The Open Lord feels the same, so if it comes up, perhaps just be as humble as you are now.
oh, he's not humble. He's just annoyed.
Okay, well, as long as you don't really want the title, I think everything will be just fine. Um, if you would please, if you are, of course, done with your refreshments, well, you're not the last ones. You aren't the first. You are already waiting in the Great Hall.
How could we be late? We were so early.
We were.
Apparently, you were covered in stuff
Yeah, the
and
city's on
required
fire.
correct, it is on fire, and yet I am not covered in stuff. Anyways, I don't mean to, not trying to offend in any way. I'm just letting you know why you're not the first or the last. You had a little
At least we're not
detour.
last.
That's correct. Now, if you are done, of course, if you would please follow me.
Okay.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
You guys leave. He quickly comes behind you to close the door. Comes back in front of you.
Portia, will Tegan behave if his girlfriend's here?
I just look at Remy and just do like a very slight head shake no and just keep
Great.
walking.
Great. Because I have a feeling she's gonna be here, Portia.
As he is leading you guys, he tells you a little bit about the Great Hall that you're going into. More about that. He he seems to have an opinion about it and how it is built. He lets you know that where you guys are coming in at is going to be on the ground floor off to the left, and he asks that you pay no mind to the individuals that call themselves noble who are sitting on the second floor, and that the open lord will also be on the second floor, and there is a third floor. It's like a balcony. He describes this as a balcony style seating, um, where there's, if the rest of the actual lords show up that are on the council, that is where they will be in their own private booths, where they can see but not be seen. And so he leads you in, and I need everybody to go ahead and give me active perception checks. As the first thing that you guys immediately hear is a bunch of bitching and bickering. It's people who are self-important, have their own views on what should or should not be done. But that's not why you're rolling perception checks. There it is. Okay. So, wow. Uh, so Portia and Gerhardt won't really notice too much, being just kind of taking all this in. What? What do you want to roll for, Adnan? You just listen in. Where's Adnan?
Wants to feel
Perception.
included.
Disadvantage because he's asking for a roll. Normal roll just ended up being a 12. Sorry, homie. So for Gerhardt, Adnan, Portia, it's overwhelming the amount of buzz in this area. But for Remy, Feist, and Tegan, you three notice that down here, or at least on this first floor, is probably there are other groups that are here. Tegan immediately recognizes Vajra and the gray robed wizards behind her, the Gray Hands, which is the group that she leads. Remy, you notice that there down here as well is a group that all seems to have the same pendant on their person, and it looks like a silver harp.
Does that mean anything to Remy? To me?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
You are Underdark. That means nada for you. But you notice how pretty it is, and it shines. It's shiny and smooth
It's
in the
pretty.
shape of a silver heart. It is, or harp. Excuse me. It is pretty.
Remind myself not to steal anything while we're here.
Fair enough. Feist, you notice that there is two people that obviously appear to be staying in the shadows down here, whereas others are, and it's just two. That's what really strikes you as odd. Where the obviously Harpers is a group about 6. The Gray Hands, which is the group that Blackstaff leads, yes, the Gray Hands, is there are 5 of them plus her, and then you guys, and then this strange, just 2 people, like hiding, not necessarily hiding, but just definitely leaning against a wall underneath one of the banisters in the shadows.
They're doing what I would prefer to do than stand in the middle.
Do I get any like identifying features off of them, or like the Harper symbol, or just?
They seem to be wearing nondescript, unidentifying featured clothing. There's just 2 of them.
Okay.
Wearing darker stuff. leaning against the back wall area, or the underneath the banister, the balcony, off to against the wall. And then you guys come in.
Okay, I'll
And
point them out to the rest of the group and ask if anybody recognizes them as we're walking in.
Do I recognize them?
you all can give me a investigation roll. Somebody roll for Adnan. Adnan went to roll dice too. Investigation, Adnan. Let's see what you rolled. Adnan with an 18. Hot damn.
I'm assuming I don't roll since I'm asking.
You're taking a better look. You can look. You can
Okay.
give us a look.
Yay. Yay.
Ooh. Wow. Remy and Feist, both of you notice something. Let me send Remy and Feist a little whisper whisper.
Ooh. Dan's gifts are on point today.
I'm sure I'm spelling some of this wrong, but I think you guys will understand what I'm saying.
I'll never know.
I'm sure you will. And boom. There's what Feist and Remy notice of the two individuals.
And they're standing next to each other.
Okay.
No facial features, nothing identifying you can't see, but that's what you do see.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh man, we got to whisper to Tegan. All you did was say, Tegan, please cast Fireball. That's all you did, Portia.
I'm going to make a beeline for Blackstaff.
Oh no! Oh no!
Do
Okay.
I
No,
notice
Tegan.
Tegan makes a line for Blackstaff?
I
When
mean,
I get
Tegan's
to
not
it,
exactly sneaky.
I'm not being sneaky at all. I'm making sure that she sees me. When I get there, I'm going to look at him and be like, a bird. Well played. Well played.
I thought you were rather adorable.
Thought I was rather adorable. Well, the least you could have done is change me back and not let him run off with me.
Well, I mean, your friends wanted you. I wasn't going to stop them. I had more fires to put out. I would have changed you back had you stayed with me, but you did not.
I didn't have much of a choice now, did I? Because nobody in my group speaks caw caw caw.
Huh. So you're the only one that speaks cock?
You, me, and the fence post love.
Oh,
We're all
I'm
gonna
sure.
die.
I'm going to wink and walk back to my party.
Okay.
You can all call me Dirty Bird from now on. It's okay.
This is the weirdest form of foreplay I've ever seen. This is not Feist talking. This is Cat. Not Feist. Feist doesn't know what's happening. Cat.
I'm
Weirdest
here
foreplay ever.
for it though. It's
We
good
turned into a
foreplay, though.
mythical
Like
ro-
it's
moment. Just throwing that
here
out there.
for it.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Feist is not calling you Dirty Bird.
Not happening.
Actually, no,
What
Feist
I'm
would because they don't get it. So they would call you Dirty Bird if that's what you wanted.
God, I really got to make the soundboard. I need the sex and call me Dirty Bird.
Oh,
I'm just full of it for you this weekend.
Thank goodness.
Oh goodness. Well, at least she didn't turn you into a bird this time.
well, yeah, I wouldn't want somebody to run off with me.
There's nowhere for me to run this time. You turn back.
As you guys are having your conversation here, you can see that somebody starts walking to the on the second floor, the I guess the first balcony for you guys because you guys are on the here. So the first balcony, a a uh, woman seems to walk to the front of that balcony, and you can hear the sound of like wood hitting a big block of wood as she hits boom, 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 like the gavel inside of the judge, and then all the bickering of the nobles, as Samuel called them, or those that think themselves noble, start to quiet down as this woman's voice projects from where she is at, seemingly to right next to you, as though whether it's the acoustics of this room or some other magical or physicality, her voice seems to just be there. Let us get this in order, please. We have a wounded city that needs repairing. And yes, I am aware that all of you, as she doesn't look down at you guys, as she looks around at the people who are on that balcony, all of you had some form of business that was destroyed or seemingly a casualty there of this incident. I will once again defer you to the lines outside for you to add your names and fill out the proper forms. That is not what we are in here for. And then the individual looks down at you and she goes, for those of you who have never been summoned before to the hall here, and to the current open lord, I am Camilla Rishkov. Currently representing Brice Rishkov of Rishkov Industries, who has a hand in a lot of the ships and businesses around Faerun as a whole. I am the current Open Lord of Waterdeep. Now first, let me just say, I thank you. And she's still looking down at all of you collectively who are down here. Thank you all for what you have done to help in this crisis. I understand that between putting out fires and, well, one of you at least, looking specifically at Gerhardt, putting an entire brigade together to help put out fires. It is appreciated. And me at least, do understand what that took. And she looks at them, at like you guys collectively, and as she does so, your respective buildings will of course be one of the first ones to be repaired as a thank you. While a trifle of what you have done, it is at least within my power to grant without having to go through the rest of the lords to do so. So I hope that shows at least my sincerity. Now, let us get this meeting started. And as she's about to hit the gavel again, there's a as doors are opened down at your level again. As Samuel comes out sweating and goes, I'm terribly sorry, but we've had another group who by contract of old is allowed to be here. And she doesn't hammer. She goes, what are you talking about? And then you can see, like, up on the banister, an individual wearing plate mail who has some sort of like rank about their left pauldron, uh, a about a 2-inch long white beard, white hair that's braided in the back that comes down to just about the base of their neck as it meets in between their shoulder blades. You can, even from where you guys are down here, can see the bluest eyes this individual has. As his clanking armor walks over to Camilla and kind of just gestures back, and suddenly you can't hear what is being said. But somebody seems to be passing along something.
Can I read
And
any lips?
give me a perception check.
Jeremy.
Let's see, Remy. From the male, because they're not blocking their face.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do this and this. Man, I really cannot spell. Whoops, whoops, whoops. As you catch this, the lady, Camilla, she comes back into that spot, and she goes, "Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to pause for a moment, as I need to look something up." And then the noise of those that call themselves noble are just, what the hell's going on? Ah! As being ignorant and stupid, and she gives no fucks.
Hey, Feist, do you know a lot about history?
Why?
I'm gonna whisper. We're kind of cover it up so no one can see because I know I can read lips and other people might be able to. So I'm just gonna kind of whisper into their ear. What do you know about the hands of grace?
Do I know anything about the Hands of Grace?
Are you trained in history?
I don't know, actually. No.
You have no
Definitely
idea.
not.
I'll lean over. I'll lean over to Remy and go, "Ask Tegan. He's been here a long time."
I'll go over to Tegan and whisper again with my hands. No, I don't want to make it obvious. I'm not going to go over to Tegan. I'm going to talk in Tegan's head, and he's going to have to put up with it. I got my thingy because I'm just going to be like, this
You
is
use one of
more
your
like-
psychic abilities and boop.
Yes.
Cool. Now, do
So-
you start this conversation with "This is Aunt Lola"?
Yes. This is crazy Aunt Lola.
Wrong
Okay,
game.
so to be fair, Bellery
Wrong
never
game.
said it was Aunt Lola.
Exactly.
So,
Tegan, it's Remy. Do you know anything about the Hands of Grace? Because that's who's coming. Apparently, they're from like 100 years ago.
Tegan,
would
if you would
assume
like.
that do I just reply in my head?
Oh yes. By the way, we could talk like this for 4 hours now, as long as we're within a couple miles of each other.
Oh, fucking joy!
Don't worry, I
Yay.
freaked out Portia with this too. It's a really cool ability sometimes, but it's I didn't want to make it obvious that I knew something and come whisper to your ear because you're a lot taller than me. That would be really tricky.
So the Hand of Grace.
Yes.
I may know something. Is it a history check, I'm assuming?
Let me unmute myself. Yes, history roll, please.
And then I'm realizing I can have 4 people with this, so can I have made the psychic link with Feist, Tegan, Portia, and Gare?
Sure.
Just so that they can hear this stuff too?
Are they all going to be in my head?
No. Just me. Smile from a very cute little gnome. Sorry, Adnan. Adnan is preening in his cape of friendship,
Tegan, this is what you can recall with a check of 16.
Okay, all right. I will begrudgingly answer Remy. If I tell you what I know of the Hand of Grace, would you get out of my head?
Yes. In 4 hours.
You didn't have to say that last part.
I was about to say, hey!
Tegan's body will visibly slump and sigh.
If you'd like, I can end it sooner.
And I will inform you that what I recall is that the Hands of Grace was a group of 5 adventurers who saved Waterdeep a long time ago when Mount Waterdeep decided to go, boom.
I will share this with the other people with my telepathic stuff. Oh my goodness, Tegan is so smart. I think he's probably like the group leader because he knows so much, but he doesn't really want to be a leader. He just wants to sit and drink all day. Anyway, never mind. He said that they're an adventure party, like 5 people who saved the city a long, long time ago.
Did all of that just come through my head?
Yes.
Oh, now I've got to mess that supercomputer going on up here.
As you guys are having this conversation, like you can see like the other groups whispering amongst themselves, and that older guard comes back with this old heavy tome, sets it on the podium that Camilla was standing at, and they begin pouring through this tome. Meanwhile, Samuel is just, huh, okay, so I guess I'm waiting before letting them in. You can see him like still sweating. I need everybody to give me a smell check, please. Perception for smells, if you get extra for smells.
You mean he's sweating?
Let me get, hang on. Let me get Adnan. Adnan wants to roll dice too, guys. Gosh.
I was gonna say Remy's got that good stank.
Oh,
and,
Tegan.
apparently so does Tegan. Tegan smells that good stank.
Man, everybody.
Not Feist.
Not Feist. So Portia smells something, but doesn't really know what. Gerhardt knows what. They smell alcohol. Tegan and Remy, only because Tegan crit. Both of you know that the smell of alcohol is coming from Samuel. But the extra I'm going to give Tegan, just because of his character, is that it is very, very fine alcohol. But Samuel isn't red-cheeked. He's not given any sort of indication that he is actually drunk or that he has had a drink. There's no, other than him profusely sweating right now, there's no indication of him being intoxicated. There's no slurring of the words. There's no glassy-eyed. He's not fidgety. He's a little fidgety. He's kind of nervous that he just had to interrupt this meeting. That's what you guys get.
Oh my god. That's what you got from that?
Apparently.
Eventually, you guys hear boom because where the book's at, the sound echoes, and the gentleman takes the book and goes, and Camilla gets back up on this podium and goes, "Well, Samuel, we still have them technically in contract with the city, so sure. Bring in the old heroes?" She's very confused, clearly. And he goes, oh, okay. Turns around, goes back to the door, and then he goes into like a single door, but he comes out the center where you guys came in, a double doors. And as soon as they open, boom. I need everybody to give me Constitution saving throws. If you have any sort of coolness because of poisons or you're a raging alcoholic, you have advantage.
My foundry is reloading right now.
That's all
I
right,
really need
Gare.
to learn my shit. I don't know if I have anything for poison.
No, you don't. I don't believe.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I think Portia has things for poisons because of dope paladin stuff.
Halfling
Resistances.
Halfling stuff.
I was gonna say it's halfling
magic.
stuff because
What?
Bellary did.
I'm
Bellary
a stout.
Yeah.
I'm a stout halfling. I have.
Oh, you're immune to disease because of the paladin.
Yep.
That's what it is. Okay. So you would have advantageous. I don't see where Adnan has anything for this, so I'm going to roll his.
Look at these
Con
rolls.
save.
Damn, team.
We get so
As
much
a normal
extra from
save.
both soup, remember?
Adnan, damn, son. 35?
Fuck, bruh. That +5 is adding twice. Because of Portia's bonus.
Because of me.
Boop, boop,
It
boop,
did
boop,
add
boop.
twice
Oh,
to...
that's
it
because
only
we're
added-
close to Portia.
Boop, 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 boop,
It
boop.
only added once for some of us. Someone might need to roll for Gearhart since his foundry is not working.
Portia, we love that you're close to us.
It didn't add the +5 for you at all.
For me?
Yeah. Well, you have the
Oh.
5 because of the modifier.
Mm-hmm.
What is Portia's charisma mod?
My
5.
charisma is
Yeah,
5.
so and add it all for you. So you succeed. -5 for Adnan. Toad succeeds. Everybody succeeds. Cool. So here's what you guys see coming out of the double doors as Samuel opens them, kind of like as much as a halfling can, throw them open and then quickly get out of the way. You see that in front is a an individual that is wearing some kind of long brown cloak that hides their features. You don't have, you cannot even see into the hood to see what they themselves look like. You can tell that they are um, about 5'8" to 5'10", though. The hood might give or take a little bit as far as um, how tall they are. They don't float. They're clearly walking. You can see feet, or at least movements of feet behind the cloak as it hits a little bit as they walk. Um, you can hear metal hitting the tile. So they clearly are at least either wearing metal boots or they are in full some kind of metallic armor or such. But that's not even the weirdest. That is mundane compared to what follows behind them. Coming behind them is a tall, lanky individual. They are light pale gray skinned. They seem to have tattoos on their face that goes from their chin up their eyes and up to their forehead, but you can't see where else it would go because they wear a large brimmed pointed white hat while the point is floofed over on the top as they are so tall that the top of their hat hits the top of the doorway here, which in of itself is 10 feet tall. They seem to move with a grace, and their eyes are pure white. They have white robes with a bit of a hint of a bosom. And they take one long step, whereas the individual in front of them clearly takes like 2 or 3. And as those two individuals move forward, you see something even more weird. You see a floating dwarf. The dwarf in question seems to be sitting on some sort of bluish translucent energy that is carrying his girth, as he has a thick red hair that goes down past their shoulders, big burly beard. You can see that there is some kind of almost honey-colored tube in his mouth, coming out of his mouth, around the side, and going behind him. And as the energy floats inward, you see that there is a massive wooden barrel being carried by blue energy as well, in the shape of a massive hand holding it. And that honey-colored tube seems to go directly into that barrel. And if that wasn't weird enough, sitting on the left shoulder of that dwarf is a small mouse-like individual who seems to have a very high collar, purple-ish top vest. You can see a bit of chain maybe underneath it. And you can see tiny hands of bluish energy just kind of following around that mouse, each of them seeming to have a weapon that it's just playing with, tossing into the air. As these individuals make their way in, the really tall one in white goes, "I really tried to get here on time," as they look down and behind, but somebody needed a refill. At this moment, all of you can tell that that smell of alcohol is coming from that barrel, which this dwarf is just constantly consuming.
I think Tegan found his new best friend.
I'm
As this group comes in, Samuel closing the door as he runs away because he's about to pass out from the smell. You can tell that up on the rafters, quite a few of the more rowdy bunch are no longer rowdy and are taking a nap.
Oh my god.
Just the sheer presence of this barrel has given them intoxication, and they have
Oh
fallen into to sleep.
my god.
Yep.
As the woman looks back up, "I apologize. I tried to read the tea leaves correctly, but the hands of grace are here in Waterdeep's darkest hour." As they don't seem to be looking at anything, they just kind of don't really see around. They're just kind of looking and talking. As the dwarf goes, "Yeah, you pale witch, we got here. Okay, we're here. I'm drinking. I don't know why you think that was going to stop. It's clearly not.
Oh my god.
Okay, Miss Punctual Hand of Grace, who came up with that?" And the little mouse speaks up. "What do you mean, who came up with that? Manners is the one who came up with that. Man, I miss Patience. Patience could take care of all this. Why'd you have to go and die? Dumbass." And as after the mouse says that, the one that is in the brown robe turns, and the mouse goes, "Whoop. Sorry, Manners." And back around. And then the woman up top, Camilla goes, "Well, that is a strong mm, at least the more rowdy bunch won't interrupt us." That you have caught so far. One is called Manners, and one who seems to not be here is Patience. The mouse was saying that Patience had died. That's all that you've caught so far. So the one in the brown robe is called Manners, and Patience isn't here. Patience has died according to the mouse that you've caught with. So you don't know anybody else's names, but they're called collectively the Hands of Grace. So Camilla hits the gavel. "All right, well, let's call this to order before any more of us pass out from alcohol poisoning. Actually, can we get some of the windows opened?" And the dwarf goes, "Ha! You guys can't party, huh? I miss being able to party." When we're done with this, we're done, right? Like, this is it. We're out of our contract.
I'm so confused.
And the
Why is
mouse
my
goes,
token-
yeah, I think so. This is the last thing we're supposed to do, right? City's in danger. Save us again. As if the volcano wasn't enough. And then you see that brown head again turn and the mouse go, whoop, quiet again. All right. So I believe that the Grey Hands had some information to share, and then Vajra moves forward and goes, "Actually, it's not my information to share." As she looks towards you all, it's theirs. They're the ones with the love note.
Oh, yeah, that.
All eyes are on you now, Portia, because you said, "Oh yeah, that."
Yeah,
One
you done
second.
fucked up, girl.
Un momento. Okay.
Egan's
just
gonna
got-
take a step away from Portia.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice emissary piece. I approve of that.
This is a good
Uh,
ending.
Hmm.
yeah, so I just kind of grab on my necklace as like a derp tick and activate my emissary piece. So before we realized that everything was on fire, there was a few murders in our home, and on one of the bodies there was a note from Xanthar, and I personally did not read it, but Xanthar saying that they were taking credit for the destruction.
The one at the top, the woman Camilla goes, "And do you perchance still have this note about your persons?"
I look at Feist and
Adnan.
Gear.
Adnan had it.
Adnan has it.
I gave it to Adnan.
I Adnan.
I'll produce the note.
Okay.
I'll
Adnan.
produce the note and throw in the part about the doppelganger and the statement that he made prior to expiring.
Good idea.
Okay. So as you pull the note out and you say that, a almost spectral like hand grabs the note out of your hand and floats over to the mouse in question. But the mouse-like figure that is sitting on top of the dwarf. The dwarf takes the tube out of his mouth, puts a thumb over it, and he looks over to you, a group, and he goes, "Oh, the last that was just talking. Do you need a bit? You seem a mite jumpy. You need a chill. We're all just here trying to have a good time and save a city. Need a
No,
drink?
Eve.
Set your nerves a
I
little bit down?"
I drank, yes, but do I want to drink? No. I don't even. I know most of the people in here. I don't know you.
That's fair. I don't know you either. Hey,
And last time we got called in front of officials of the city, it wasn't a good thing.
he takes it out. He takes the tube out of his mouth. Are you sure you don't want to drink? You're quite a sharer. Maybe it'd help calm your nerves.
I can smell your drink from here. I would prefer to keep my wits about me.
Huh. Wits. Ah, that's for punctual. Punctual can be witty. Puts the thing back in. So, as the mouse is reading the note, You fucktards lost the damn Stone of Galore again, huh?
Lose
I
it.
told you we should have just destroyed that thing a couple hundred years ago when we had it there, Manners, but no, it was property of the city.
We didn't lose it.
We didn't lose it. We gave it to Blackstaff.
We gave it to Blackstaff.
Listen, children, I'm talking about the city as a whole. That should have been under lock and key. The city lost it again. My gosh, you guys are jumpy. Maybe you do need a drink. Man, that's bad if I'm saying it. What have you done?
I just kind
Tegan's
of
gonna
really.
take a drink of one of his flasks.
Tegan's going to take a drink. Which flask is Tegan taking a drink out of?
He's gonna take a drink of the red flask.
Okay. I need to make a roll. Okay, so as you take a drink, the two now that you guys have figured out the giant arcane hand holding the barrel and another one holding the dwarf seem to shift and move as the dwarf turns to look at you, Tegan, and goes, "What are you partying on?"
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Tegan.
He lets out the deepest belly laugh, smacking his left calf hard, and just the rolls on this guy just shaking up and down, and he's clearly having a hoot, and he goes, "Finally, somebody here is here for the fucking party!" He goes, "Go ahead. Go ahead."
Tegan.
Oh, I can't say no. You can never turn down a drink.
Well,
You can't.
you
It's called
can.
being.
You don't know
He
what's
hands out his
in
empty
it.
hand for your flask, and he hands the hose to you.
Now, to be fair, I kind of want to see what happens, Portia.
To be fair,
Right,
last
so
time he gets really,
I
really drunk, he pissed on a
am
guard.
going to. I'm gonna take just a wee sip of what he's got, but I'm gonna reach into my robes and I'm gonna hand him the black flask.
Okay. He looks at the black flask as he hands you the hose, and he opens it up. He goes. He smells it. "Manners, is this from you? One of your people make this one?" As he chug, 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 and lets
Tegan,
out this
which
this
one was
deep
that?
belch, which seems to have a bit of fire in it, like just little sparks as he lets out this burp. And he goes, "Huh," as he tips it, goes, "Oh, not to worry." There you go. Puts the thing back, hands it back to you.
Tegan, which one was that?
Do you take it back?
Tegan, with a tear in his eye, will look at him, take it back, and say, "I have so much to learn from you."
So first, the alcohol that you consumed is a sweet honey mead that goes from burning to smooth to sweet to burning to smooth to sweet with just the sip. You understand the alcohol content to be severely high. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with advantage. But when you take the black flask back, you can tell it's full again. Tegan, you are intoxicated, but not sleepily so. You
So
succeed at not passing out in the sweats. As he
sounds like
takes
a
his
two.
thing back and he looks at you, he goes, "You and me, we're gonna party." And as he says that, you see the tall woman look down and go, "Really, frivolity, isn't that enough? We are here to try to save the city, not," as she looks around and just gestures, "put everyone to sleep again. It was such a bad year." The dwarf goes, "What do you mean that was a bad year? What else are you supposed to do with a big hole in the center of a tavern than make brew?"
Can we get back on track here, please?
Well, maybe you do need a drink of whatever he's got. So nervous and touchy. City's no longer burning, princess. It's fine. And when the mouse says that, the one in the robe just takes a step, turns, and takes one step closer, and the mouse hides behind the dwarf.
I'm gonna spin to the group with a big smile on my face and say, "Oh, I like him. Can I keep him? Can I keep him? Can I keep him?"
Put him where?
I don't know if they'll give you that option, but maybe they can keep you?
No. Nobody's keeping anybody.
The note has seemingly found its way into the tall, lanky woman. As she stares at it, she goes, "I don't even know why I try. There's nothing here like there never is." And she hands it down, and the one that is called Manners grabs it and seemingly looks at it before just kind of like drifting it up in the air where a translucent white hand grabs it and starts floating it up to the Open Lord, who then takes it and reads it. And then the Open Lord goes, "Well, do we really think that Xanthar could have done all of this? That would have taken some time to orchestrate."
Well, they're pretty
And
pissed at us.
okay, but why not just attack you? Why the entire city and cripple its infrastructure? They don't make money if the city's not making money.
It
And
may
as they say that, go ahead, you're gonna say something?
I was gonna say it may be out of what Xanthar would do, but unless somebody and I look around at everybody, unless somebody else has a lead, that's the only one we have.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Is... This. I need this. And do do do. an individual. Sorry to find the name. An individual off to the right kind of takes a step forward. And he goes, Open Lord Renar of the Harpers. It wasn't just you shops that make things. They blew up my theater as well. It's not just infrastructure, it's arts. All places that, as he looks around, some of us would consider safe to be at. Why all the little things were destroyed, I do not know, but we'll give us time. We will definitely figure some things out. Although I will say that this, while we may not believe it completely to be the Xanthar individual, right, it is interesting that it all stems from the wayward souls. Before they were official, they came to my theater. I gave them a mission. They were beautifully dressed, if I recall.
Oh, that dress. I miss it so much.
And our friends in the corner there probably have some things to say. As the two that are in the that were in the darker clothes in underneath the balcony. The individual, the shorter of the two steps forward, and you hear clicking on the stone, high heels. As a woman is wearing a full black outfit and wearing high heels in this place.
I approve. Remy has heels on too.
Are they high heels or just heeled boots?
Just heeled boots.
These are stiletto-tipped high heels.
Ugh.
Because Remy's not ridiculous.
But it would be so cool to punch people with your feet.
Remy, actually, you notice that as this individual moves, the black outfit seems to shimmer purple as they move.
Miranda's immediately perking up.
As they move from under these shadows, I need everybody to go ahead and give me a perception check for earballs. This is going to be your earball check.
I have a guess.
Somebody really roll a natural 1. Oh my
Can I
gosh.
run?
Look at all these dice I can see, guys. Whew.
Woo!
Oh my god, Portia. Quit
can't.
listening with your eyes. Get Adnan's
She's
roll
way
here.
too focused on the shiny purple black dress.
It could be one of two
Mhm.
people, and oh my god.
She wants to feed it to her sword. She doesn't have any more.
Or, yeah, I can't even deal with that right now.
So everybody except for Portia recognizes the voice. Now, Renaud, that was terribly inconvenient. As you could see, we were trying not to be called out. But yes, the tailored smiths do have a little bit more about this. And Renaud goes, well, in that case, please share with the rest of us. Well, it seems that from what, and this individual looked back to the taller man-like individual that's behind her, what we were able to find from our little needles is that the denizens of the Underdark are actively moving again and seem to be working with Xanthar in some way, shape, or form. Now, whether that Is Xanthar himself in charge? I don't know yet. But like the Harpers, just give us a little bit more time. We'll find something. By the way, that was Jasmine's voice.
Jasmine. Hello, Jasmine.
You guys
I'm
didn't know
glad.
it. You guys have been friends with some very powerful people for a while.
Do I realize it's Jasmine now?
You sure don't. Not with your 9.
Okay. Damn.
The rest of us do, though?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You recognize that voice.
Feist is shaking their tail that's wrapped around Portia, going, "That's the lady that made our dress? That's your friend?"
Thank the God you're okay.
I don't think that's the concern right now, Portia.
Oh no, because that asshole over there just all but accused us of everything being our fault.
Nobody accused us of anything.
I just take a deep breath.
Can I recognize the other person now that I know for sure that
Yeah.
it's Jasmine?
I mean, it's probably who you think it is.
Okay.
So
I
it's
do
Jason
run over there.
behind
I
them?
don't care where we are. Jasmine and Jason get a hug because I'm glad they're okay.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. Priorities.
Whether they accept it or not, Portia don't care. She's
So
glad they're okay.
Jasmine will pat you, but when you get to Jason, he kind of goes, "You are ruining our air of being, hidden and unseen."
You should have warned me that you needed to be hidden and unseen.
Hiding
not
in the
known.
shadows wasn't enough of a clue.
Oh, it is now. I never said I was smart.
You are adorable, at least. Anyway, shh, we're listening now.
Okay. And I turn around and go back to Feist and grab her tail and wrap it back around me.
Feist is shaking their head. Pat, pat.
The dwarf goes, "All right, so let me get this right. You got the musicy people who are like, oh no, my plays. Gonna talk to somebody and figure some things out. And the Tailored Smiths, that are those group names now? Wow, have we really been gone that long? Tailored Smith. I mean, your outfit is amazing. Would you like a drink? Your outfit's amazing. And you carry yourself well, as he's clearly checking her out. So, right, and the gray hands, are you trying to copy us? Hands of Grace, gray hands. Listen, what? And you hear the other voice, the mouse speak up. No, listen, listen. Frivolity, that's enough, okay? You can't be making fun of people's names, right? I mean, we're the Hands of Grace. We're not exactly graceful. What kind of... Come on. Just because we lost a bet and had to pick this name, maybe they lost bets too. Besides, you probably shouldn't mess with, the apprentice of the apprentice of the apprentice of patience. He's dead. Don't mess with his people. It's not nice. Besides, what'll manners think? As he looks like, did I do good, manners? Did I do good? Did I do good? Please don't yell at me anymore. Did I do good? The tall one. Okay, so manners, why are we here? They already seem to have heroes of their time. Why are we here? I don't understand. I knew from the leaves that we needed to be here, but I don't know why we're here. And then the one that they keep calling Manners, just when their cloak just turns and looks obviously up at them. And I need all of you to give me perception checks.
Please stop failing, Portia.
Oof.
Shit face.
Okay.
Let
Finally.
me get Adnan here. Perception check for Adnan. Nice. So everybody except for Tegan will. There's a deep breath. Because they blew up my tavern.
Knew it.
Oh.
I fucking knew it.
And that's where we end tonight's episode of Waterdeep Adventures.
Oh, of course he's manners.